forgiveness. This single act holds immense power. It is the seed from which lasting peace grows. When we hold on to anger, resentment, or the desire for revenge, we cultivate suffering within ourselves. This suffering then spills out, impacting our relationships and the world around us. True peace, both internal and external, begins with the conscious choice to forgive. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions. It means releasing the grip that those actions have on our hearts and minds. It means choosing to see the humanity in those who have wronged us, recognizing that they too are capable of learning and growing. When we forgive, we break free from the cycle of pain and create space for healing to begin. This process can be challenging, requiring immense courage and compassion. Yet, the rewards are immeasurable. Each act of forgiveness, no matter how small, contributes to a more peaceful and harmonious world. It is through forgiveness that we create fertile ground, for genuine and lasting peace to take root and flourish. Grace and care are essential nutrients for the seeds of forgiveness to sprout. When we approach ourselves and others with grace, we acknowledge our shared humanity, imperfections and all. We offer understanding instead of judgment, kindness instead of criticism. This grace allows space for growth and transformation, both within ourselves and in those around us. Care involves actively seeking the well-being of others. It means showing up with empathy and offering support in times of need. Through acts of care, we build bridges of understanding and connection. These bridges help to heal the divides that often lead to conflict and suffering. When we cultivate grace and care in our hearts, we create a more compassionate and supportive world. This compassion becomes a source of strength, allowing us to face challenges with greater resilience and understanding. It is through these acts of grace and care that we nurture the seeds of forgiveness, allowing them to blossom into a future filled with hope and healing. Imagine a society that prioritizes the well-being of all its members. This is the hallmark of an evolved society, a society that understands that true prosperity encompasses more than just material wealth. It is a society where compassion, understanding, and a deep respect for life flourish. In such a society, education focuses on developing not only the intellect but also the heart. Children are taught the importance of empathy, cooperation, and peaceful conflict resolution. They learn to appreciate diversity and to view differences as strengths, rather than sources of division. This emphasis on inner development creates a society where individuals are more resilient, compassionate, and equipped to navigate life's challenges with grace. Suffering is minimized not by ignoring it, but by addressing its root causes through collective action and a shared commitment to creating a more just and equitable world. True justice cannot exist without forgiveness, but forgiveness does not negate the need for accountability. Meaningful justice seeks to restore balance, not through punishment or retribution, but through understanding, rehabilitation, and the prevention of future harm. This requires a nuanced approach that considers the needs of both the victim and the perpetrator. It involves creating spaces for open dialogue, where harm can be acknowledged, responsibility can be taken, and healing can begin. Punitive measures often perpetuate cycles of violence and suffering. While consequences for harmful actions are necessary, they should be approached with compassion and a focus on rehabilitation. When we prioritize restorative justice, we create a system that fosters healing and transformation for individuals and communities alike. The transformative power of forgiveness is truly remarkable. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-healing. When we hold on to anger and resentment, we keep ourselves tethered to the past. We allow the pain of past experiences to continue to wound us, preventing us from moving forward with our lives. Choosing to forgive does not mean forgetting or condoning the wrong that was done. It means making a conscious decision to let go of the anger and resentment that bind us to the past. It means choosing to release the pain, freeing ourselves to embrace the present moment and create a more hopeful future. The act of forgiveness can be immensely challenging, often requiring time, patience, and deep inner work. Yet the rewards are immeasurable. By releasing ourselves from the grip of anger and resentment, we open ourselves to a world of peace, joy, and possibility. Practical steps towards forgiveness. A path for individuals and societies. The journey towards forgiveness begins within. Here are some practical steps that individuals and societies can take to cultivate forgiveness and practice mindfulness. Cultivating present moment awareness helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. This allows us to recognize when we are holding on to anger or resentment, and to choose a more compassionate response. Cultivate empathy and compassion. Try to understand the perspective of the person who has harmed you. This does not excuse their actions, but it can help to soften your heart and make forgiveness feel more attainable. Practice gratitude. Focusing on the good in your life can help to shift your perspective and make it easier to let go of anger and resentment. Seek support. The journey towards forgiveness is not meant to be traveled alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist for support. Societies can promote forgiveness by implementing restorative justice programs. These programs focus on repairing harm and fostering reconciliation between victims and offenders, promoting empathy and compassion through education. Teaching children about empathy, conflict resolution, and the importance of forgiveness is very important, as it can help to create a more compassionate and forgiving society, creating spaces for dialogue and reconciliation. One of the most important steps is open and honest dialogue. It can help to bridge divides, foster understanding, and pave the way for forgiveness. When done it correctly, it would benefit all. The ripple effect. From personal transformation to global harmony. The transformative power of forgiveness extends far beyond the individual. When we choose to forgive, we create a ripple effect that spreads outwards. The consequential and domino will impact our relationships, our communities, and the world as a whole. Each act of forgiveness contributes to a more peaceful and harmonious world. It is a powerful antidote to the anger, hatred, and division that plague our planet. When we forgive, we break down walls of separation. It implicitly and strategically creates space for understanding, compassion, and love to flourish. By embracing forgiveness, we become agents of positive change. We contribute to a world where conflicts are resolved peacefully, where differences are celebrated, and where all beings can live together in harmony. Eternal Soul's timeless wisdom, recognizing our interconnectedness. At our core, we are all interconnected. The understanding that we are all eternal souls on a journey could transform into bliss for all. Especially the precious and profound purpose is for learning, growth, and evolution of the soul. The clarity and understanding of it can transform into a powerful catalyst for forgiveness. When we recognize our shared humanity and our inherent interconnectedness and have willingness to help, it becomes easier to extend compassion and understanding to those who have harmed us. We begin to see that their actions, while hurtful, are often rooted in their own pain and suffering. This understanding does not excuse their behavior or wrongful deed, but it does allow us to approach them with compassion. It would pave the way, and the possibility for healing and transformation for the benefit of all. Recognizing our interconnectedness also allows us to see the bigger picture. We realize that holding on to anger and resentment only perpetuates cycles of suffering. By choosing to forgive, we break free from these cycles. It would create a more peaceful and harmonious future for all of us, and for the generations to come. A vision of bliss. Embracing a future of peace and understanding. Imagine a world where forgiveness is not just an ideal, but a lived everyday reality. A world where conflicts are resolved peacefully through mutual dialogue for the benefit of all. Differences are celebrated, compassion and understanding reign supreme. This is the vision of a society rooted in the principles of forgiveness, grace, and care. It is a society that values the well-being of all its members. A society where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. It is a world where peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, equity, and a deep respect for the entirety. This vision may seem idealistic. We may need to strive appropriately, but it is not out of reach. Each act of forgiveness, each gesture of kindness, each step we take towards understanding brings us closer to this reality, where peace and happiness thrive for all. Let us embrace forgiveness as a path to personal and collective liberation. And together, let us create a world where peace and bliss prevail, the heaven on earth. Thank you.